pastry quite popular in Armenia, and we always make it during New Year, during anything special or not even special occasion. We love that pastry. We call it Napoleon, but as far as I know, the real word for that pastry is Mille Feuille in French, which means 1,000 leaves, 1,000 layers. I mean, Mille Feuille, feuille is leaves. I know a little French. Anyways, and for this kind of Napoleon, I'm going to start by making the custard cream first of all. If you watched my previous Napoleons, I have 2 videos uploaded. Those are worth to try, really good versions of Napoleon. This is different, slightly lighter, I would say, because the cream is very light and fluffy, contains very least amount of butter. Anyways, we're going to start by making the cream, and we have, it's a custard cream, so it has egg yolks, room temperature as always, and we need to add, and while I'm making this, I need to start heating the milk. And the milk, you don't want to boil it, just bring it to a simmer. So I'll put it on medium just in case. And of course, if you ever made custard, you have some idea how to make it. And this is custard cream for, as they call, mousseline cream, as far as I know, mousseline. Anyways, but this is not completely the same as usually they make it, and I'll tell you why at the end. So I'm going to mix this butter and egg yolks, and then to this I'm adding some cornstarch and some flour. And of course, detailed recipe will be on my blog at heghineh.com. Link for the recipe will be below this video, as always. So, oops, I added the cornstarch and then the flour, and I'm sure my milk should be coming to a simmer very soon. The milk is about to boil, but again, don't boil it. I'll add a little bit of that hot milk. We're going to slightly temper these eggs. Don't pour everything at once, not to boil, not to cook the eggs. So slowly add the milk and mix. I'll add some more. And then after we mix this and incorporate everything, we're going to transfer this into the pot, saucepan, and cook our custard. And I started preheating my oven, by the way, 400 degrees. This should be good. So I'll mix this and back to the pan to continue cooking. Okay, and this should take about, I'd say, 3 to 5 minutes, depends. I'm cooking this on medium heat, and stir constantly. Okay, so be sure to stir it and not allow to stick it very quickly. And I prepared a pan with a bowl with some ice, so we can chill this faster. This should start thickening, but continue to mix. I want you to see how it's thickening very quickly. So at this point, you would turn this off and then still continue stirring. And then come to the other side. Okay. You don't want to have too many lumps. If you end up with lumps, you can always strain it, but usually if you stir very well, you won't have any lumps. So this should be a thick mixture like this. And then we need to add some butter. And butter is room temperature. Akacan, mikiç kamat, Lucinjan. Okay, add a little bit at a time and mix. And also we can add our vanilla. And be sure to use good quality vanilla extract. Usually they make this with vanilla bean, but I don't have any. Okay, so 1.5 teaspoonful vanilla extract. And another thing I like to add to this cream is a little bit of rum or cognac. A little bit, I mean 1 tablespoon. Okay, so that's that. And I still need a little bit of butter. So I'll mix this to incorporate, and I'm going to place this in another bowl and on the ice bowl so it cools down faster. Okay, and because this is a really hot and thick saucepan, I want to transfer it into thinner bowl so it cools down faster. And because it's a custard, it may form a dry skin. That's why I usually cover it with some plastic. But that's nothing very important, but I do that. Okay, so Lucinja, okay, and the plastic should be right on top of the custard. Just stick it to that custard. And on the ice bar. And while that's getting cooled down, we're going to bake our puff pastry. And I always use ready puff pastry dough. I have one of those 10 by 40.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm doing something. Okay, and be sure to line it with parchment paper, oven 400° Fahrenheit. And because we don't want our puff pastry dough to rise too much, we need to slightly poke it with some fork, with some nice fork. Nice fork. Just in case, I make sure to use that nice word. Just a couple of those pokes. That's it. And cover with another parchment or wax paper because I ran out parchment paper. And then, very important, another pot should go on top so it doesn't have space to rise, to puff. And 20 minutes on 400 degrees covered, and then another 15 minutes uncovered. I'll show you. Okay, this has been baking 20 minutes, and because we want to have caramelized top, we're going to bake this a little bit more with some sugar on top, drizzled sugar, about a tablespoon or so. You can also use baking powder. No, don't use baking powder. Powdered sugar instead of regular sugar. And another 15 minutes. Now this is the reason I wouldn't call this cream mousseline, because as far as I know, cream mousseline doesn't have heavy whipping cream. But the reason I like adding whipping cream, it makes the cream much lighter and so much better. So my custard is cooled down, and then my heavy cream is ready. It's just a simple heavy cream, full fat. And before I start folding in the cream, I want to quickly mix my custard just in case there are any lumps or any dry skin. Okay, and the rest I'm going to fold with my spatula. And my pastry has baked perfectly. By the way, last 2 minutes I put it on low broil. So it caramelizes even better. That's optional. You can do that or not do that. I'll use a clear glass so you can see the consistency. You make too much noise with those Legos. We're almost done, okay? Thank you. Okay, and probably in 3 or 4 additions, I'm going to fold in my whipped cream. If you find your cream to become very liquidish, it means you over mixed it, and I mean not over mixed it. Don't mix it too fast, just fold the cream slowly and gently. I'll help you when I'm done, okay? Espero fácil. Lucy! Okay, yes, I was saying if you find it a little bit liquidish or thin, put it in fridge, it will come together. Okay, and I'll add the last and fold a little bit more until it's all nicely incorporated. My cream is done, ready, and I placed it in my pastry bag, piping bag, and depending how big you want your Napoleons to be, according to that you will slice to your preference. What I do, I slice it in the middle and then I divide into each of them, and then another 2, and then another 2. So it turns 8 pieces on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. And if you want them smaller, or you want even use your cookie cutters and make them into shapes, it's up to you. So I'll finish slicing this and continue to show you the rest. You would need to trim and kind of pair the slices together, the layers, just to make sure they are even, same size, same length, same width. So, and the result will be crumbs, which we will use to top the Napoleons. And of course we have the cream ready. The way I do it, and you can do it the same way, or use another tip, or simply use a knife to spread the cream however you like. This way it looks very beautiful, very fancy. So this is how I do it. And I make it 2 layer, by the way. You can do it 3 layers, but no more than 3 layers, so you can eat it easily. And simply press, make a few stars. And because the center layer won't be visible, I will do simple stripe, and then again stars, and of course this one layer will go on top, and same process will be on the top as a design. Easy peasy. And it looks very beautiful. I'll do 3 layers, actually. Not 3 layers, 3 rows of stars. I didn't do this perfectly. I'll do next ones better. When I don't rush and I'm not nervous, it's much easier. And I don't know why I'm nervous. Okay, and a little bit of those crumbs in the center, like so. Try not to cover the entire pastry with those crumbs. You want those designs to be visible. Of course, try to make it more even, more better looking. I'll do the rest better. I don't like how this one turned out. And powdered sugar on top. That's it. This is the Napoleon pastry. Very easy, and of course I would suggest to let this sit in fridge about an hour or even less, just to sit properly, and then enjoy it. Thank you everyone for watching. I will leave detailed description at heghineh.com. Check it out, like the video, remember to subscribe to my channel if you want me to stay on YouTube. And I think that's it. Thank you, and I'll see you very soon.